girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done now.
Good morning, my friends. How we doing? Welcome back. Margin, Chef, CJ, Dino, Ponzi, Tashumbi, what's up, brother? David, Paul, Golf Nut. Morning, guys. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for always coming back. All right. Barefoot Sailing Adventures. DB sent me. Appreciate that, man. Welcome to the stream, my friend. The beat was about to drop, was it? I killed it. I killed the vibe. Morning, everyone. All right. Mark the Shark. Appreciate that, man. Thanks, Mark the Shark. IWM was IWM over that 2200 yesterday. Crazy. Very strong. Nice job there, psyched. Yeah, that IWM, that Russell continues the beast. 2200 break, holds, upside continuation, very strong yesterday. Continues to be very strong. Which is helping out our hymns, man. It's helping out our hymns. Still got my hymn shares. Those things are coming back nicely. Ton of nice breakout right now, actually. That small cap move is definitely helping here. Randy actually just brought it up. That's funny, Randy. Yeah, I want to see that 2350 break, Randy. That would be big. I still got a lot of shares over here. I think I got about 2,500 shares of him still. So still sitting on them, letting them be. Looking good for now. We shall see. Morning, I'm probably gonna. Is it Hamila? Probably Hamila, right? Larry, good morning. All right. All right, guys. So we'll get started here. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here as always. Thanks for coming back to the live stream. Yesterday, We started the day in the middle of the zone, which we didn't want to trade. So if you guys were a part of the group yesterday, you pretty much heard me sit here and do nothing for the first probably hour and a half yesterday. I was happy about it, very relaxed, very calm, waiting for one of our levels to get hit, and that did happen. So we moved higher. We hit our 20,750 rejection zone. We hit our 500 rejection zone on the QQQ, and then we just played that late day fade. Shorted the Qs, shorted the SPY. Some very nice action there. SPX contracts went from 5 to 23, the ones that I were in. Unfortunately, you're never going to catch the full SPX trade, but had a nice 50% win on the SPX. Those ended up running a couple 100%, but the beautiful fade off our key levels, the 20,750, the 500 on the Qs, really nice there. Moved from supply highs to demand lows, so we went from the 750 on the NASDAQ to the 500. That was our 250-point range. So pretty much yesterday, we did exactly what we talked about on this live stream. We traded within the range of the 20,750 and the 20,500. That was yesterday's range, and we are in the exact same range today. So we could see the exact same thing again, right? Same exact thing. We could start this channel trade, which I don't mind. I don't mind a nice little channel trade with some very distinct levels. We just have to trust them, play them, and sort of respect the levels. Today we do have retail sales in the pre-market, 8:30, so we are probably going to see some volatility, hopefully giving us some trading possibilities. But we come into today like we came in yesterday. Key levels, clear channel. We wait for one of them to get hit, and we strike. So that is that's that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Press that like button if you guys could as you jump in. 835 people here, 300 likes. Ouch. Press those early likes, man. Help me out with some early likes, some early subscribes if you guys are new here. And let's jump into it. So today, retail sales, that's pretty much the largest thing of the day. You guys can see right here, 8:30. We have that retail sales data. That is going to be in about 25 minutes. So let's make sure we're aware of that. We'll see a little bit of reaction off that this morning. We also have the import prices at the same time, but the retail sales data is going to be the most important here this morning. 10 o'clock, business inventories, housing market index. I don't really expect too much there. Retail sales is going to be the main event. 2:45, FOMC member speaking. I don't expect too much, nor will I be trading around that time, so not too worried about that. Tomorrow, building permits, housing starts. We know that's going to be down. It has been down, pretty much every single reading. Building is slowing. Housing starts is slowing. That's pretty much common, with the interest rate environment and building costs. So not too concerned there. We'll see what happens. I don't really expect much there. Thursday, unemployment claims. That's normal stuff, and then just a bunch of talking heads for the rest of the week. So really not too much here. Really today is the last major event of the week. Retail sales and then maybe a little bit of unemployment claims. But yeah, right now today is probably the biggest event of the week. Next week, manufacturing PMI, GDP, PCE price index. Nothing too crazy there either. So not too much on the economic calendar, but what we do have is the earnings. So earnings is approaching. You guys know that. This morning we had Bank of America, which reported well off of investment banking. They did a surprise beat on the investment banking side. So looks good for Bank of America. Looks like the banks have some strength this morning. You guys can see right here. Here's the earnings. This morning we had BOA. Tonight we have Interactive Brokers. Judging on the commissions that I pay at Interactive Brokers, they probably didn't do pretty well. But ASML tomorrow before open, so make sure you know that if you are in any semiconductor trades. TSM, that's something to be watching as well on Thursday. That's a big one right there on Thursday, TSM. And then we have Netflix on Thursday after close. So some decently sized earnings coming up. ASML, TSM, Netflix, probably the big three there over the next 2 days. All right. All right. That's that. What do I think about TLT? I don't think it's a terrible time to buy some. I actually thought about that this morning. If I wanted to buy some TLT just for like a long-term hold, probably not a terrible time, to be quite honest. Right? Probably not a terrible time. It's hard to say, man, but it's just something it's a bond environment that you sort of have to consider. I don't think through bond environments too much. I don't think through this type of this sort of long-term economic, effects too much. So I would have to sort of think about it a little bit more to give you a more accurate assumption or more accurate reading on this. But, I've seen a lot of people start getting interested in TLT, and TLT has had a lot of interest. If you look down at this volume, I'll try to drag this up. The volume since 2024 has been greatly increased. So it does seem like there are some buyings coming in. And if you do get those rate cuts, then I would say bonds do definitely catch a bid. So I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think there's absolutely an opportunity there. I don't think you're going to get rich overnight by it, but it could be a nice place to park some money if you want to see some type of return over the next few years. I don't think that's a terrible plan. More of an investment idea than anything else. Definitely not a trading idea. But all right, let's continue. NASDAQ futures, let's get into it. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Let's take a look at the key levels today. It's pretty much the same as we talked about yesterday, guys. We talked about the importance of this 20,750. We said how that's going to be a huge level here. We had rejections here both Monday and Tuesday of last week. This was the level that held us higher on Wednesday. Once we broke that on Thursday of last week, we saw that aggressive downside. And Friday, we saw that rejection again. Yesterday, we saw that same rejection come in at 20,750. That was beautiful, right? We saw that fail back under 750, big wick rejection on the 30-minute chart. And once we failed back under that 750 level, we saw that downside come in. So, very nice, right? Same exact level we talked about yesterday. If you faded the 750 yesterday, you probably made some money. That's what we did. We trusted that level. We waited for the morning grind, right? The morning pretty much grinded straight up. As I talk to you guys quite often about, I do not trade well in morning zombie grinds. It's just not where my opportunity really and how my strategy works, right? I really don't find opportunity in just straight up grinds off the open. So I just sort of let it be. That's how it's going to have to be. If you see something you don't like, you're going to have to let it be. And so yesterday I was very happy with how I traded. I was very, very patient. I did not touch a single thing for the first almost 2 hours of the market. Just said, hey guys, this thing's just zombie grinding up. I'm not going to just try to get involved in this. There's no retest. There's no, key levels. We're just zombie grinding in a black hole, basically, right? We were just grinding higher in the middle of a channel. That's all we were doing yesterday. Now, where the day changed for me and where I started to get aggressive was right here. Look at that right there. Look at that fail back under 750. Look at that little rejection right back under that supply level. As soon as I saw that start to form, this is when I took my QQQ puts. This is when I took some SPX puts, and that was a beautiful trade yesterday. We broke above the 750. We failed right back under it, and we started to reject it for 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes of rejections under that 750, and we knew that that 750 was the previous day highs, right? Boom. Failed back under 750. Look at the fade that came in that day, and look at the fade that came in yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful trade off the 750 supply yesterday. Just had to wait for it to show you something, right? Patience won yesterday. Just had to wait for something to show up at a key level. There was no key levels here. There was a key level here. We saw a reaction. We played it. So that was beautiful. Where did it come down into? It came right down into our 20,500 demand and saw a big bounce off that level. Again today, 20,500 demand holding up. So where are we today? We're in the same damn channel. We're in the same damn channel. So what are you doing today? You're doing nothing, right? You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing until the market either slides higher into 750 or slides lower into 500, right? You wait for the market to do that little zombie grind again and then see if that thing fails again. You're waiting for the market to push back lower, right? Zombie grind lower maybe into 500, get that demand bounce off of it. You're waiting for one of these levels to get tested. That's where the best trades come in. That's where the highest volatility comes in, right? Instead of just trying to guess in between this channel, which I just don't find great success doing, I'd rather take reactions off of key levels on the market. So today, as of right now, I have zero interest in trading. None. I have no edge here. I have no interest in this channel. When I have an edge is here or here. That's where my edge starts to come in. I can have good risk reward here. I can have good risk reward here. I do not have good risk reward trading in the center of a channel. So right now today, there's nothing to do. Okay, that's very clear. 20,500, 20,750. If we break under 20,500, we trade down into the 370. If we break over 750 and actually hold, right, we actually need to see a hold. If we go into the 5-minute chart yesterday, even just on the short terms, we can see we never really got a retest hold. And this is why I love the break and retest, right? We never saw that push, pullback, hold, and continuation, right? We got the push. When we got the pullback, it never found a hold there, right? It never showed you any type of hold. What it actually did was it showed you a hold under the level, right? It showed you a hold over 15 minutes under the supply level, leading to downside. So in this situation today, right, if we do get that, sort of grind over 750 today, you need to wait for this, right? You need to wait for this to form. Wait for that market to actually form over that 750. You can see yesterday, there was no such thing. It was just a squeeze through and instant trade right back below. No attempt of a hold above this level. So we need to see real attempts above or real attempts below to try to trade that continuation outside the channel. That's either an attempt above 750 or an attempt below 500. We need to see one of those to think that this market is going to continue to either direction. Until then, you trade the range, and that is it. All right? QQQ, same exact thing, 500. We can see here on the 500. Look how beautiful yesterday. We got that push over 500, no attempt of a hold, and actually over 15 minutes, you can see we failed right under 500. This is where we took those QQQ puts yesterday with the group. I wasn't going to take this trade, I'll be honest. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stay away from this. I'm on a pretty decent day. But I said, you know what? I can't avoid this. I have to react. And so you guys probably heard in the group, we were like, hey, man, we got to just take this trade. Like, we can't just look at this and not take an attempt. So basically, my idea here was let's take some puts on the Qs. Let's put a stop loss over 500. This thing just did a little break and hold below 500. And now we can simply just set up our trade with a risk reward, right, on the channel high to channel low trade, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful risk reward. You can take your short, stop over 500 after we failed back below it, targeting that day low. I mean, this is what is this, right? This is let's see. That's about, let's just go ahead and put this in let's try to split this up into the evens of that risk. I'm doing this very roughly, but this is about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like an 8-to-1 trade, right? That's like an 8-to-1 right there. 8-to-1 trade right there. Short under 500, stop over that 500, targeting that channel low. Yesterday, it's about an 8-to-1 trade right there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Failure under 500. You're going to look for the same thing today, right? Let's look for the same exact thing today. So here's your 30-minute chart on the Qs. We definitely know 495 is that key demand below. That needs to break for more downside. If we push higher today, what are you looking for? You're looking for that push into 500. You're looking for that failure of 500. And you're looking for that downside trade again. All right? Very, very nice. Let's look to see if that 500 creates another fade today on a nice little fader to the upside, right? Little zombie grind morning. Let that ding zombie grind to the upside. Start to see that selling come in around 500 and see if that sets up a short. If we don't get that and we just drop today, let's see if that 495 sets up a long, right? That 495 could also set up a long. Very possible. So let's watch both levels. 495, 500. That's our channel. We can very clearly see it. And that's it, right? That's really it. These are the only two trades of the day, guys. It's just the honest truth. There are only two trades out here today. And the two real trades off of real levels, not just, something you make up in your head saying, oh, I think I like this. This might be good. There really is only two key levels here and two real trades today. It's a possible long off 495 or short off under 500. I guess you could say there's four trades. There's four trade possibilities today. It's a long off 495, a short off 500, a short under 495, or a long over 500. Those are the only 4 trades that you should even get interested in today. Besides that, you should not do a single thing as this market trades within in this zone. All right, that's my honest opinion. S&P 500, a little bit of a triple top forming here, which is sort of interesting, right? 5708, 5708, 5708, 5708, triple top. 1, 2, 3, right? 3 highs at the same level on the ES at 5708. Yesterday, if we look at this market on the short-term time frames, look at what happened on the ES after it failed back under 5708. Bam. Beautiful. Excuse me. Right after we got under 5708, we got that push. We saw no attempt of a hold. We started to trade under it. We saw that failure at 5708, and from that point, downside it was, right? So we broke but failed to hold above that 5708 level, and this is going to be continuing to be our level to be careful of on the upside. I would be very cautious if you're long exposed at 5708. You have to be careful of this happening again. So please be aware of that 5708 on the upside on the ES, very key. Downside demand is still the same, 56.65. We talked about this yesterday. Friday's close, that's the exact level we moved lower into yesterday. If we go to the 5-minute chart on the ES, that end of day downside move went right into 56.65, and that is exactly where we held. Absolutely perfect. 56.65, 57.08. The exact levels that we traded between yesterday. That was very, very clean. So today, it's the same exact thing. 56.65, 57.08. Where are you right now? You're in the black hole. You're right in the middle. So what do you have to wait for? You have to wait for one of these to set something up. Wait for something to set up at a key level. If it's not there, you're not just randomly trading in the middle of a channel trying to guess what happens here. You're waiting for something to set up at a level. So 57.08, 56.65. If it's not there, don't touch it. That's my honest opinion. And that's that. Under 56.65, you trade the 56.50, you trade the 56.30. And if you do get a solid hold over 57.08, a solid hold, right, an actual hold above, that could be what sets us up for more upside. Okay? All right, next, SPY. So we can see right here, 30-minute chart on the SPY, same exact concepts, guys, right? It's all the same here. 563.50, we talked about this level yesterday. We saw that failure back below it yesterday. We saw that downside move come in. Downside move came into where? It came into our 559.50. That was the exact low from yesterday. So the channel we had on our charts yesterday in this pre-market live stream is the exact channel that we traded in all day. Same exact levels we had yesterday, same exact channel we traded in. 563.50 to 559.50. You're in the same exact channel. Wait for one of the levels to get hit today. That's that. 563.50 and that 559.50. Let's see if one of those get hit today, and let's see if we can react to it. Russell, runaway train right now. And look at this, right? I mean, look at this. It doesn't get much cleaner than this yesterday on the Russell. Look at this break and hold of 20,000. Right, this is what I'm talking about on break and holds. Right? Remember when we just talked about, look for the S&P 500 to actually break and maintain above? When we're talking about that? And a lot of you may say, well, what does that actually look like, right? What does it actually look like when the S&P actually breaks and holds? What's that confirmation I'm looking for? Instead of getting, instead of chasing this and getting slapped in your face, what does the long entry look like here, above that level? Well, I can show you right now what that looks like, and I can show you on the Russell. Look at this chart on the Russell. Look at this 15-minute chart on the Russell, and look at the break of a level, and look at how it maintained. Right here, 2,200 was the pretty much supply high that we needed to break. We broke it. We got our pullback, and look at this area right here. Nice wick, 15-minute chart wick, 15-minute chart wick, 15-minute chart wick, right? Break of this little downtrend short term, right? You start to see how that's trying to hold. You start to get that actual hold. This is about 15, 30, 45 hour 15, almost an hour and a half that we sat above that 2,200 level, right? Plenty of time to read, understand, and set up a trade idea. That's over an hour and a half time frame that we confirmed a hold over 2,200, okay? This is not, okay? This is very different. Let's go to the NASDAQ, and let's look at what happened when we broke above that level yesterday. This is 5 minutes Okay, 5 minutes, not a single attempt of a hold, right, over that 750. This is the difference, right? This is the difference between a fake break. This is the difference between a break and a retest that fails, right? This retest did not work. This is a break and no retest. This is really just a failure back below. Look at the Russell. Look at the difference, right? That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. An attempt of a hold above the previous level. That leads to your break and retest. That's what kept this market higher. That's very nice, okay? Very nice there, very defined. You can very clearly see that. I hope you can understand it. 2220, you can see it right there. Previous double top high. That is now your level to look long off today. If you can get a pullback off to 2220, look for that hold. Look for that long. That's your level today. 2220 could be down to around that 2216. Could be down to like these pre-market highs right in here. It's one of the two levels, right? It's either 2220 or 2216. It's all in that zone, really. I would just watch that whole zone right here. Right there. That's the zone I'd watch. These highs, this pre-market low. Look to see if that Russell can pull back to this zone today. Start to find that support and see if that sets up a new long on the Russell. If the Russell fails back under yesterday's highs, you could see that weakness come in again, back towards that 2200. Okay? Got to hold above that yesterday double top high right here. 2216, 2220. All right? Very clear. Dow Jones, Mike Jones, Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, Chris Jones, Daniel Jones. What other Jones? John Paul Jones? Definitely not Dow Jones. We're above 40K. We have been, actually, for some time now. 40,741. 40,741 is that high. We're above that 40,000. We have been above that 40,000, which is very nice. Let me zoom out a little bit here on the Dow. Haven't really done a little Dow analysis in some time here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, looks like it's that 4-hour high right here. Very nice. 40,741. 40,741. That's the level to watch. 40,741. Watch out for that level today. Okay? All right. Let's jump into some stocks. We got 1,600 people here, 700 likes. Go ahead and press that like button for me if you could. We're about to jump into some stocks. And then we're going to get the retail sales. And then we're going to get the hell out of here. Okay? All right. Tesla. So, again, the same failure on Tesla. Exact same level. Nice little late day fade off that exact same level. You guys can see it very clearly. We have that rejection right there. Boom, 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 boom. Again, same exact level, 265. Very nice fade. Trust the levels. Okay? Once again, Tesla failed to get above that 265. You can see that 265 was the previous rejection points, and we failed it again yesterday. Very nice. Where did we come down into? We gap filled, right? We hit our exact gap fill level that we were looking for. You guys should remember from the live stream yesterday, we talked about wanting Tesla to fill that gap back towards that 251, 249 area, right? That is the area that I want to see Tesla come back down to, and that's sort of what we did. We came back down to that level yesterday, and we're starting to see a little bit of a pop off of it today. So, today, I basically want this and this. I want to see if Tesla can give me that one more test down there, bring me back down to that 250, 251 zone. Look to see if those buyers step in. If they do, I think you could find the long here, right? That long definitely set up yesterday. A little bit of an extreme long, right? Very quick, very aggressive. But if we go to that 1 minute time frame, which I don't typically trade on, I trade on the 2 minute, but we can see yesterday morning, we got that morning drop, right? We got that sort of washout long on Tesla. We always look for that washout long. So pullback, washout, and that long set up really nicely as we move down into that 251 area. So today, I'm going to look for something very similar. I'm going to look for that washout long on Tesla. Let's see if Tesla can drop into that demand again and see if we can find our long entry around this 251, 249 zone. If Tesla fails under that 249, I no longer like this, right? I no longer like this. If we break under that gap fill level, I no longer like this. I need us to hold this zone. If Tesla fails under this zone, then I think you're moving lower to that 240, okay? This could be a little bit of a lower high sort of another fail for another downside move. It's very possible. So you have to see this hold. 249, 251, that is a must hold level. Let's see if we get a pullback. Let's see if it holds. If it does not hold, you're moving lower, right? If you see Tesla under 249 today, I would expect this to get weak into 240, okay? So watch both sides. And if you do long, guys, if you long 251, you're only looking for longs towards 265. You are not longing here hoping for breakouts because this is very clear a major supply above. NVIDIA, I'm starting to not like NVIDIA, guys. I'm going to be honest. I think NVIDIA might need some downside. That's my gut feeling right here. I'm running off a gut feeling. I couldn't tell you what's going to happen here because there hasn't been enough volatility. There hasn't been any movement. But for me, I'm starting to spot some weakness. I'm starting to spot some really low volume, and I'm just starting to spot an overall just seemingly a tired stock. NVIDIA, for now, just feels stuck, in my opinion, between 134 and 125. It just stuck. It's just not going anywhere. The intraday volatility is terrible. The intraday trading opportunities are typically very low. There are some moments in time where NVIDIA might have a little move, but I'm not really liking it. So 134, 125, I really don't think I'll be trading in between this zone on NVIDIA. The intraday moves have been pretty much garbage on the intraday. Yesterday was pretty garbage. All day, all afternoon was a complete shit show on NVIDIA. I think at this point, the best thing for NVIDIA to happen is some kind of a big drop, and then we can start getting the buyers stepping back in, right? Maybe get this thing back down to that 120, get this demand hold again. Maybe we can trade that demand hold again down here because right now it just feels like it's sort of slowing down. So, yeah, we'll see, right? We'll wait. I'm just going to wait. Can we get over 134? Can we get back to 125? Can I find maybe a long off 125 or a short off 134? If so, sure, I'll be watching. But for now, I need something. I'm really not interested in trading it in this zone because this zone has proven to be a pretty much dead zone. We have been dead for almost 3-4 trading days at this point. So I'll go back to NVIDIA real quick. Let me just check in on these retail sales. Let's take a look at what the market's doing. Not a whole hell of a lot. Little popper. Retail sales, 0.4 versus 0.1. So retail sales month over month is up. Yeah. A little bit of a push, but really nothing here, guys. Shopify pretty strong this morning. Yeah, not much. Holy shit, the Russell just went straight down to that 2220. Look at that. Wow, the Russell's getting a little bit of action off the retail sales. What's moving in the Russell right now? Something's got to be moving in the Russell. Because the Russell's getting pretty decent action on that retail sales. What a beautiful retest on the Russell. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. That was clean. Well, there it goes. There it goes. Something's moving in the Russell. Target. I don't see no target pop. Yeah, I was looking at some retailers to see if there's any movement on them. But Shop's just an upgrade from this morning. Maybe getting a little bit of help from that. Holy. Yeah, IWM's hot. She's hot. What a hold there. Damn. NASDAQ, a little bit of upside. ES, still within the channel. Really not much of a meaningful move at this point. Really no meaningful moves if you're in between this channel, guys. That's a meaningful move on the Russell, though. All right, let's continue. NVIDIA. So, I'm just, I'll be honest, guys. I'm just sort of leaving this alone. I'm leaving this alone for now. I'm going to set an alert here. This is what I'm going to do. Create an alert. At above 134. At or below 125. Right? That's sort of how I'm going to look at this. And I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for something to happen here. Above 134, below 125. That's pretty much it. AMD. So AMD, a very interesting trade here. We can still see this is now the fourth trading day that AMD has failed to get above this 184 to 187 supply. We saw multiple daily chart rejections at this 184, 187. And again yesterday, we saw another rejection at that exact same level. So very interesting to see AMD continue to fail this zone above. I'm assuming that leads to weakness at some point, but it looks like AMD still pretty strong name, right? Obviously, the market's still holding up pretty well, so might be a little bit tough to get this thing to move lower. But very clear rejections at that 184, 187 zone. We can continue to see this zone just be a very difficult zone to get above. AMD yesterday did break this short-term uptrend that we were staying on. You can see right here that short-term uptrend that we were on. We did break below it yesterday late day. But for me, I think I want to see this stay under 180. If AMD can stay under 180, then I think you can get some downside continuation back towards that 177. But it looks like AMD's fighting back a little bit. Make sure to watch that 180 level on AMD today. 180 has been a very clean hold level, right? So if it gets back above, AMD could absolutely push higher again. So you guys can see right here, 180, nice push. 180 yesterday, nice push. So today, watch 180. If we reclaim 180, we could see AMD push again, okay? But if we turn 180 into rejections, I think that's a very key rejection under the previous double bottom right there, right? We have a double bottom at 180 both Friday and yesterday. If we see that turn into rejections, I'd expect downside. If we do reclaim it and hold today, you probably could look for a long off that 180 level. So I'd watch both ways there. TSM earnings on Thursday, so I'm not that interested in it, but I just wanted to share with you guys some key levels here that did hold. You can see right here, TSM, we have a very clear hold of that 185. We have a very clean reclaim of 187. So today, it's very clear between 187 and 190. I bet you this trades within this zone until earnings. That's my honest opinion. We probably just see this thing fade between 187 and 190 until earnings. So watch that 187, watch that 190. Those are the two clear levels on TSM. SMCI, really big fake out yesterday on SMCI. Looked like it was going to try to hold up yesterday over that 930. It did not. It failed very aggressively and turned that 930 back into a rejection point. So we are right back to where we started on SMCI, right back between that 880 demand and that 930 supply. So really not much on SMCI. You know, we can possibly look for another long off 880 if you want to set up your longs down here. Anyone that set up longs in this zone down here probably has made money on this name. So if you try to be long down in this 880, it's probably the right spot to be long, right? It's very clearly better to be long here than it is to be starting to long up here, right? We're not going to start entering longs and chasing this at 930. So if you see SMCI start to hold this 880 again, if you see SMCI start to hold this daily 20 again, then we might be able to try to set up some longs here. That's very possible. Yeah, I mean, SMCI, if you guys are part of the group, we talked about this one yesterday. We said we want a retest hold of 930, and you never got it, okay, guys? This is the difference between chasing and actually letting a trade set up. So coming into the day yesterday, we had a game plan to look for a pullback long at 930 on SMCI, right? So let's walk through this really quickly. Market opens, okay? Market opens. We're on the right side here. Market opens. This is our 930 level. We're not entering the trade until we get a retest hold of 930, right? That's the game plan. That's what we stick by. First minute of the day, straight up. Second trade, second candle, no, nothing. Third candle, nothing. Straight up. Never a retest to 930. So we never found our entry. Straight up. Not in. We're not long. We're not chasing. It's not at 930 still. We never found an entry. Okay, we're coming back down. Boom. Failure, right? We got back down to the 930. Okay, good pullback to 930. Let's see if this attempts to hold, right? Let's see if we start to see a hold here. If we do, then we might be able to find our long. Okay, let's keep watching. Next minute candle, rejection of 930. Not good. Next candle, rejection of 930. Not good. Boom. Rejection of 930. This is how you avoided getting faked out of SMCI. You never, the entire day, saw a hold at our 930 retest level. You actually turned it into perfect rejections. Look at how perfect the rejections were at 930. So I'm telling you guys, right, if you have a game plan and you start longing here because you just can't help yourself, you are going to lose. It's going to happen every single time. And when it doesn't happen, right, when it doesn't happen and you chase and it works, all that's doing is building a terrible habit, right? If you chased SMCI yesterday and it ended up going higher and you made money, I guarantee you the next time SMCI opens, you're going to do the exact same thing. And what's going to happen most likely, 8 out of 10 times, this. And you're going to lose more often than you're going to win. Build good habits. Understand that you got to wait for those trade entries. SMCI never set it up yesterday. So we never traded it. Qualcomm. Nice little day on Qualcomm yesterday, actually. Pretty strong name over the last 2 trading days. A very, very strong hold of 200. Nice pushback over 205. Today, you're at 210. So please be careful up here at 210. Very tough rejection spot. Be aware of that 210 rejection. Bam, 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 and bam. So watch 210. Be careful up there. I would not long right into that. Where would I long? On a pullback to 205. Pull back to 205. Look to see if that holds. That's your next long entry. If we get above 210, then you can look for that long as well. Let's go to ARM. ARM, sort of messy here. I don't really like much, but right now you can see it is potentially rejecting back under that 179. ARM might be getting a little bit weak here, just in the short term. I wouldn't say anything crazy. Watch 179. That's the key level, right? Look at this. So you cannot see a rejection of 179 on ARM. If you see rejections at 179, this is most likely going lower. Look, 179, 179, 179. If you fail under 179 and you start to see this fail, this is likely moving down into 172, okay? So 179, you need a reclaim. You need a hold above that. Let's go to, what did I miss on the semis? I missed something. SMCI, TSM. Qualcomm. Oh, we missed Broadcom. I'll go to Broadcom real quick. Yeah, let's go to AVGO. AVGO, still, I think, a very solid consolidation here on Broadcom, right? A pretty solid consolidation, I believe, on Broadcom still. Right above that daily 20 SMA. So, something I'm watching. I'm definitely watching this one, all right? Daily 20 SMA, 169. Definitely going to continue to monitor this 169 zone. Can this result in a nice consolidation and a nice continuation? That's going to be my main watch, right? I really like this. So 169, if you miss Tesla, so be it, man. I'm not going to go back just for one person, okay? AVGO 169, I'd watch that. And then MU 130, same exact thing, okay? All right, let's get into some large cap tech. Apple, what a beautiful hold over 220 or 233, right? What a beautiful hold over 233. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Previous highs. Look at those wick lows right at 233. So, 233, 233. Previous rejections into support. Love it. All right. Love it. Looking for that pullback long at 233. That's going to be the spot. If you can get a long off 233, you're going to be in a nice situation, in my opinion. Let's see if we can get that pullback long to 233. Could be very, very nice. 233 on Apple. Microsoft. Too stuck right now, but I'll show you the consolidation it's sitting in. So I have my alerts set. You can see my alerts already on the charts. So very clear consolidation, 451 to 458. That's very clear. Got to wait for that to break. Really nothing else there. Google, very clear consolidation here, 190 to 186. That's a very clear channel as well. Got to break one of those sides. Very clear. You could look to fade the 190 level today if the market does reject. That could be a nice fade. Amazon, very nice hold above that 193. If you get a hold over 193, you could trade this back into the 197. But you can very clearly see the last 3 stocks we just looked at, guys, are in some very defined channels. Amazon back over 193, back above that daily 20. If you get upside continuation, that could absolutely move into that 197. Amazon Prime Day maybe gives it a little bit of a catalyst. So this could be an interesting long off that daily 20 and that 193. Very nice, right? Very nice. 193. And actually starting to get some action today. So that might be something I watch there. Little long on Amazon over 193 towards 197. Yeah. If you get over 197, that could even be sexier, right? A hold over 197 could be really nice as well. So 193, 197 Amazon. Very nice there. Meta. Yeah, Meta's sort of sitting at 4th and inches here, guys. This is 4th and inches for Meta. You got to hold this, right? This is a turnover on downs if we don't hold 490. So 100, and there's the 150 daily moving average right there. and a major channel low at 490. This is a must-hold level on Meta. I would continue to watch this 490, see if this does result in some kind of upside. The only thing I'd be concerned about on Meta, guys, is that you are now seeing some really ugly rejections at 510. I don't like that. So what would I do here personally? I would wait for Meta to do this. This is where I'd wait for Meta to do. Right here. And I'd long right there. I'd long on a hold back over the daily 20 and 510. That would be my long. I would understand that this demand is important, but I would want to see that clear that 510 level before even entering, so I don't have to get stuck in a shit show. Okay? Let's go to... We did Meta, we did Apple, we did Google, Microsoft. We didn't do Netflix, Coinbase. Let's go Netflix, Coinbase. Netflix, this is actually a really clean rejection right now on Netflix, not going to lie. This is a pretty clean rejection on Netflix. You guys can see right here. Previous highs, 664. Previous triple bottom lows, 664. We popped into it yesterday, and we failed it, right? So that's a pretty nice 664 rejection on Netflix. Only concern is we have earnings coming up in a few days, so I'm not that fond of trading that, right? We have Netflix earnings Thursday, so not too fond of that, but that is a very technical rejection right there. Look at this, right? Right at that previous high, or previous low, 664. Coinbase has to hold over 235. You can see right now in the pre-market it is. If we go to this hourly chart, you can see right here. Let me get a little bit more time. Coinbase has to hold over 235 right here. You can see previous lows at 235, which turned into very clear rejection highs. That's as clear as can be. And look at where we're trading above today. So can Coinbase hold over this 235? If it does, I'd expect upside towards that 263, right? If Coinbase can hold over 235, I think you are still in the driver's seat on the longs into 263, right? That could be very nice. So watch that 235 level. That is a must hold on Coinbase. Amazon's still going? Yeah, Amazon's going pretty crazy. It's going crazy. I would be careful at 197 though. Right? Hims. Come on, Hims. I would love to get Hims over 2350 today. If we get Hims over 2350, I think this is going to 25. And honestly, I think if you get over 2350, you're probably looking at new highs on Hims here, which would be fantastic. This is my dark horse name. Put it in the disclaimer down below. Very risky, but this is my dark horse name, 2350. If we can get over that 2350, I would absolutely think that you can get continuation towards that 25. Definitely looking to see if we can get above that today. And what I like about Hims lately, you can see right there, that 22 daily 20 SMA. Look at that hold that we just got above that 22 level yesterday. That was very nice. So let's see if that can continue. Last thing I'll talk about real quick here is Shopify, guys. Shopify is definitely something to watch with maybe some of this Amazon strength. Look at this Shopify chart. Shopify got an upgrade today, and that retail sales, I think, should help Shopify a little bit. If we can get over 68 on Shop, this is a very interesting consolidation for a breakout. Look at this consolidation, right? This is a multi-month consolidation over 63. If we can get a break and hold over this 68, and then I think you're probably going to want to see something over this, right? Because these are the two big kahuna daily SMAs right here. These are the no-joke ones, right? That is the 100 and 200 SMA. Okay, that's big-time stuff right there, sitting right on top of each other. That's basically just sellers stacking up right there, right? That's going to be a tough spot. So I would definitely watch 68, but I would also be very cautious of around this 69 zone, right? Because that is both the 100 and 200 daily moving average. That's big stuff. So we're going to have to clear that. We're going to have to clear that for sure. We're going to have to see a hold above those SMAs to really feel like this can continue. But this is a nice consolidation on Chop and something I would be eyeing. I have my alert set at, I'm going to set it at 68 here and just get an alert if this thing does break that 68. Something I will be watching. All right. So in terms of the market, guys, really nothing here. All right. Really nothing going on. We have a total Chop range, sideways range. Got to wait for one of those levels to hit. ES, same exact thing. Be careful of this zone. SPY, same thing, 563.50. QQQ, same thing, 500. As long as we're under 500, there is going to be a timid, at least for me, I'm going to be timid on remaining long. If we're under 500, there is a very clear reason to be timid on longs. That is a very tough level that we are potentially creating lower highs at, right? And you don't really need to be that aggressively long if we're sitting right under 500. If we get above 500, that's where I think you can get aggressive again. All right? That's all I got. If you guys could, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for supporting the stream. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
I think the girls with their nails done now.